So he reads your future. Or the next one has a parrot with some cards and he's going to read your future. And it's in Canada. There are people who have the crystal ball. It's in Bangladesh. It's all over the world. Because why? The average human being has lost hope that he or she can achieve his or her goals, but needs some kind of magic. And that's why we have what is known here as lottery or bingo. But in the whole Muslim world, not everybody, but there's a popular thing that there's the concept of ghosts, there's the concept of demons, there's the concept of bad and good omens, there's the concept of spooky features and figures. And that is why very often you have people going to different people to bless their home, to bless their car, to bless their children. Muslims take their babies to the masjids. Oh, this baby cannot sleep, Imam. Whole night the baby is not sleeping. I don't know what's troubling the baby. Is the Imam a specialist on baby? Is he a pediatrician? Why you take the baby to the Imam? And the Imam and blow on the baby and spit on the baby with all this saliva coming out. Or we said we want the blessing, so we take a bottle of water. Can you blow in this water? Where we get all this from? This is what is called jibt. This is what the Muslims do. You know why? Because we say with our mouth that we are Muslims. But we have very little to prove with our actions that we are people of the Qur'an. We curse people in the Muslim world. We curse people in the Muslim world who say, I want to abandon every other book and study the Qur'an and live by the Qur'an. We call them all kinds of derogatory names in the Muslim world, in the Arab world, in the world of Asia. Because why? We are not a people who respect Qur'an. We don't fail to tell the world the greatest lie, that Qur'an is incomplete. We tell the world that. We actually show them that in our actions, that most of what we practice as religion doesn't come from the Qur'an. I leave these with myself and you. These are very harsh understanding of the message. They are realistic. They're practical. They're only for you to think about them. I am no priest for anybody. I never told you that since you knew me. But I always challenge you to wake up. Stop sleeping. Stop relaxing and sitting on the side and riding on a roller coaster, as we say. Become a student of the Qur'an, a father, a mother, a member who accepts the Qur'an and turns away from Taghut. This is not a fight that you should have with me. I can always talk to anybody in a classroom environment. Those who want to learn and want to challenge the Qur'an, we can always sit down and talk. But if you have any fight with the concept that I have expressed, I can always give you the reference of the Qur'an. And the best person to fight with is Allah. Because in conclusion, He said to the Prophet, وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابِ, and we have revealed this revelation, وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابِ تِبْيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ, as an exposition for everything. This word tibyan comes from the verb bana. Bana means to be clear, but abana means to make clear. Tibyan means to make everything meticulously clear, that there is no ambiguity. But if Muslims want to find their culture in the Qur'an, they will not find it. If Muslims want to find their tradition in the Qur'an, they will not find it. And that's why when you teach the Qur'an, the Muslims ask, how come this is not in the Qur'an? How come that is not in the Qur'an? Do we ever question? How come we follow and live a life where very little of what we do comes from the Qur'an? I beg for life for myself. And I struggle for life, and I ask you to do the same. Because when death comes, nobody, no matter 1 billion people, can pray for us, it will not help us. Let us take charge of our lives. be the icon of hope and aspiration for our families, and be people of substance, not people of numbers in society. Let us turn to Allah, because Allah's system has a time program for me and you. And this concept of foundationless begging for forgiveness will not help Muslims. Because the word istighfar doesn't really mean to beg for forgiveness. We haven't done God anything. We haven't done God anything. Somebody told me that he drove his car 50 kilometers over the speed limit and his car was confiscated and his license. And therefore he went on Jamaat so that he can make tawbah. I said, what is this? Who did you do wrong? You did God wrong? This is the magic of the Muslims. They commit their crimes against one another. They commit their crimes against society. They commit their crimes. And they go, oh God, forgive me. Or they go to Hajj. Or they go to Umrah and think they will be born free again. This is the stupidity that is taught to them. Man does not do God any wrong. The Prophet was told that even when he dies or is killed, فَلَنْ يَدُرَّ اللَّهَ شَيْئًا. Man can do God no harm. So it's not God we need to beg for forgiveness. That topic, inshallah, we'll talk next day. I hope you and I will really try to understand the Qur'an. There's a wealth. There's a wealth that you are missing in your life, that you need, and all of us need. Become a student, even though a father or a grandfather or a grandmother. Make time, and you will find people who can teach you the Qur'an, but will not tell you what to do. It will be your choice, because this is the freedom of expression, an option that God gave to you and to me. لا إكراه في الدين. فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. Brothers and sisters, I thank you for listening. The enthusiasm is mine. The energy is mine. The privilege is mine. I take pride when I speak with you, because one day I may not be here. Either I will be gone from this earth, or circumstances will prevent me from coming here. But always know one thing, that there was an ordinary man like yourself who has reminded you of this book. That if we are to hold on to this book, we have no need to suffer the fate, F-A-T-E, that we have been suffering for a long time. And that we'll continue to suffer, all things being normal. But we can smell the fragrance of earthly paradise. Not when we are dead. Earthly paradise. If we go back to the Qur'an. With sincerity, with commitment, with sacrifice, and with intelligence. We are indebted to Allah that He sent human messengers who left their messages, that if we search for it, we'll find it. We'll find light, we'll find hope. May the memory of the messengers always live on with us, because they are already rewarded for the works they have done. They don't depend upon you and me saying, oh God bless them. But may we be blessed by holding on to their message, and make our society blessed, and our families blessed, and our own lives